What to send, when to send, how often to send. So what to send, the short answer is valuable stuff. Now, valuable stuff is obviously a very vague term. And I know we had some questions for the Q&A about balancing out sales versus non-sales content and stuff like that. We'll definitely talk a little bit more about that in the Q&A. But people sign up for your email list to get valuable stuff or to get value. And so make sure that you are sending them valuable stuff. Your email list can become one of your most valuable assets. And if you send bad, useless content, people will click that button and unsubscribe super fast. Okay. Share stories. Stories are the best about other clients, customers, people you engage with, stories from your past. If we think about that idea of how do I balance sales versus non-sales? You could be literally selling all the time if you're telling a good story, because we all love a good story. And by selling, I don't mean buy this now, but I mean shifting beliefs and helping people realize things and, all of that kind of stuff. So stories are the best for that. And it's a great skill. Some of your best content, if you're already creating a podcast, an infographic, lists, videos, blogs, include those there. Other people's content that your audience will love. There are email addresses, our email lists that just curate content from other people, and they do very well. And so I wouldn't necessarily go and share a ton of stuff from somebody who is your direct competitor. But if there's other things that would be valuable to your audience, this is one of the ways that you can provide value. Okay. Tips and tricks. We didn't want this as a reason to sign up, but it can be great content once they do. Social media discussions. If you've got a great post that's getting a lot of engagement and discussion, drive traffic to it and get other people involved in discussion from your email address. Can work really well. And then change it up. Consistency is important in terms of delivery, which we'll talk about in a second. But for the content of your emails, changing it up sometimes will keep it fresh. Your people on your list should realize, oh yeah, this is one of Andrea's emails. This is one of Lynn's emails. It's good to have that general vibe, but at the same time, they shouldn't all be super short or super long. Sometimes when people make them the exact same way each time to make it easier because they use a template, they all look the same. And then people go, oh, this again. Oh, this again. And so they will never look at those emails if they start to feel all the same. Okay, when to send. This is probably the least relevant question that we're going to answer today because there's just no hard and fast rule about when to send. But most of the studies I've seen suggest Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday between 10 a.m. and noon. The logic is that Mondays people are too busy and their inbox is full from the weekend, and Fridays people are mentally checked out. The 10 a.m. to noon theory is that people have cleared out their morning rush of emails and then you sneak in. Now, of course, if you talk to people in different time zones, that becomes somewhat irrelevant. But the best thing you can do is test and go from there. And I wouldn't even consider just Monday through Friday too. Weekends are worth testing depending on who your audience is and what your niche is. We have Amazon Prime, and I finally unsubscribed because I was just like brutally trying to unsubscribe from stuff. But they used to send an email every Saturday morning with the new stuff that had been added to Prime Video, their video streaming service. And I remember I'd wake up and I'd see it on my phone in the morning and I'd read it every week. And I really looked forward to it. So do not discount weekends depending on who your audience is. So the next question is how often to send. And I absolutely love this quote from Robin Kennedy of the Email Marketing Heroes. Only send emails on the days you want to make sales. So Robin Kennedy are big proponents of daily emails. They're the ones that inspired me to start sending an email Monday through Friday every day for people that want to hear from me that often. And so, there's a lot of different science and psychology about the benefits of sending every day versus the burden of creating an email for every day. But I just love this quote. Only send emails on the days you want to make sales. So how often to send? Often enough that they don't forget you. If you send once a month, a lot of your audience will not remember who you are and they will mark you as spam. Okay. Second thing to ask is how often can you create quality emails? How often can you send something valuable? Next, consistency and the expectation is the most important. And I think it's really important to set this expectation early. So if somebody joins your list, it's really beneficial to say, once a week, I'm going to send you XYZ on Sunday mornings. Watch for it. or something like that. With my daily social media tips, I specifically say I'm going to be sending you an email every day so that they know that. And then people don't feel like, oh my God, there's, it's hard for somebody to sign up at dailysocialmediatips.com and then get mad that I'm emailing them a social media tip every day, right? So it's important to know that what people say they want versus what they actually want is very, very different. Every survey, every done, people will say they want fewer emails. Okay. So keep that in mind. You can ask, but don't necessarily trust the data on that. And where to start? Weekly is a great start. Even if your list is only 8 people and 25% of those are, related to you, I still think you should start emailing right away. Your emails, you can resend them later if they're good. They can be turned into other content. It's just a matter of building that habit.